escorted by mother, Bethel Gaines, brother, Tyree Truly, sister, Latacia Gaines, and niece, Talea Carter. Favorite cheer memory when we were in the choir rooms getting ready for away games, and a lot of the band flagline and majorette members are getting ready too. Brooke Wright, a 4-year cheerleader, escorted by mother, Alicia Haddon, father, Brian Wright, sister, Brielle Wright, aunt, Kirsten Lynch. Favorite cheer memories, going on all the cheer outings to amusement parks, trampoline parks, and water parks. Mollenkopf Stadium, let's hear it for the senior class cheerleaders of 2026. And now, your 2026 Warren G. Harding Raider football players. Number 2, Julius Farrell. Escorted by father, Julius Farrell, mother, Jamie Carnahan, sister, Juliana Farrell, and brother, Jaden Farrell. Number 3, Tyler Smith. Escorted by mother, Lisa Cruson, grandparents, Chuck and Jean Cruson, and brother, Elijah Smith. Number 4, Raytwan Hill. Escorted by mother, Shanika Hill, aunt, Jaleesa Hill, grandpa, Billy Hill, grandma, Lisa Hill. Number 5, Mendez Provid Jr. Escorted by father, Omar Provitz, sister, Montria Adair, sister, Mariana Adair, and Shay Worthy. Number 15, Amir Cobb. Escorted by mother, India Cobb, granny, Patricia Cobb, brother, Kayshawn Cobb, nephew, Armand Cobb. Number 24, Kai Evans. Escorted by mother, Precious Curry, brother, Caden Evans, sister, Renaya Curry, stepdad, O'Brien Beaver. Number 25, Johnny Williamson. Escorted by mother, Aisha Adams, grandfather, Dwayne Williamson, aunt, India Bell, uncle, Nathaniel Adams. Number 29, Jasavion Woodbury. Escorted by mother, Aletha Smith, sisters, Aaliyah and Alana Smith, brothers, Jalen and Anthony Hill, and cousin, Kelsey McCall. Next are twins, number 34, Davion Blackwell, and number 64, Xavion Noodle Blackwell. Escorted by mother, May Dominique Blackwell, father, Robert Sims, sister, Anaya Sims. Next, number 42, Rodrell Boggs. Escorted by mother, Brooke Boggs, father, Roger Bacon, grandfather, Wilbur Boggs, and sister, Rajane. Number 56, Anthony Simpson. Escorted by mother, Kelly Simpson, brother, Trey Simpson, aunt, Jennifer Simpson, and grandmother, Cynthia Simpson. Number 66, Ashton Coleman. Escorted by mother, Ashley Coleman, grandmother, Sally, father, William Griffin, and brother, Aiden Coleman. Number 78, Alice Daniels. Escorted by father, LaShawn Daniels, mother, Alicia Daniels, sister, Skylar Daniels, and brother, LaShawn Daniels Jr. Number 86, Bryce Coleman. Escorted by mother, Shanta Andrews, father, Brandon Coleman, uncle, Andre Coleman, and brother, Asa Coleman. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the 2026 senior class cheerleader and football-born G. Harding Raiders. Beneath the warm Ohio sky I stand, built from concrete and steel on my sacred land. For over a century, legends started on my field. 3 champions. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we proudly present the gold standard of Northeast Ohio, the Warren G. Hardy
Raider Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our school alma mater, the Gold and White.
Pregame wouldn't be the same without the official song of the state of Ohio. Here is Hang On Sloopy. Ladies and gentlemen, Austintown Fitch Falcons. 35 years ago, they said it couldn't be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
We are live from Warren G. Harding Mollenkopf Stadium, where the Warren G. Harding Raiders are taking on a tough team in the 7-1 Austintown Falcons. I'm here, I'm Aiden White, joined alongside Eddie Colbert here in the booth today. Eddie, who are you looking forward to in this matchup?
You know, this is, unfortunately Tom had another family thing to do tonight, so unfortunately couldn't make the last game of the year, but, you know, he always talks about the fact that this is the fastest 10 weeks in sports, and there's no question. This year just goes by so fast. And I go out there and I see some of these seniors out there, kids that I've coached, and I mean, that's what I'm looking at tonight. I'm looking at these seniors, that this is their last time playing at Mollenkopf Stadium. Look to have big games out of them. Go out there and just really leave something on this field. Leave their mark at the historic Mollenkopf Stadium playing for the Warren G. Harding Raiders.
Not the only thing they're playing for tonight. They are playing for a postseason spot. If they win here today, they will, however, need some help from other teams.
Yeah, you know, it's obviously not the way that Coach Richardson had expected this season to go. You know, we trust the process, bringing up a lot of the younger players. You see a lot of freshmen out there. You see a lot of sophomores out there and a host of juniors out there to accompany these seniors, trying to prepare for the future. But they do have an opportunity. The only thing you can do is control what's in front of you. Right now, what's in front of them is Austintown Fitch. They win this game, they got an opportunity to see the postseason.
Yep. Even if you don't see a postseason, a win here tonight, bring the momentum into next season. Definitely something Coach Richardson needs. He feels like he needs right now.
No, absolutely. You want to end on a high note. You know, this team, Coach Rich came in last year. This is his second year under his belt. You see a lot of changes here, specifically with bringing in Coach Bartos and everything they've done physically. And so we look for really big things out of this team, not only tonight, but moving forward into the future.
So Austintown is going to kick off first. The Harding offense will be sent out first. Sorry, man, that's going to bounce into the hands of number 9, and he's going to take it all the way to the 35-yard line. That was Elijah Phillips, a junior. He's played defensive back. He's been a pretty solid defensive back for the Harding Raiders.
No, absolutely. Reminds me a lot of Sanders, Bob Sanders out of the Colts. If you remember him from a few years ago, just somebody willing to come out and just almost like Ronnie Lott from the 80s and the early 90s. Somebody just willing to come up and hit you, almost like a linebacker playing back there at that safety spot there. But that's once again one of those opportunities with getting some of these young kids in. Elijah had some playing time last year. This year as a junior, he plays a prominent factor in this team.
Well, out comes number 15, Amir Cobb, leading out his offense. Looking to lead his group. He's going to hand it off. A little bit of a miscommunication there, and it's going to be taken for around 2 yards.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, when we saw Jones go down here, and I think that was probably around week 6, they called on the senior man Amir Cobb to come in to take over the reins here. He's a senior, gave him a little bit of spark. You know, he's got an arm, not necessarily your traditional quarterback, but he's got that arm and he's got that ability to tuck and run and get upfield.
Yep. Number 40 in the backfield, that's Mekhi Brogdon. He's going to get the call up the middle and get a few yards himself.
Yeah, Brogdon, another one of those. I believe he's a sophomore. Started seeing some playing time roughly around that St. Vincent St. Mary's game. Really gave them a spark after we saw we had a 3-headed monster that we started with. We saw 2 of our running backs come out, but Brogdon's really taken over the reins there, really giving them a spark in that backfield.
3rd and 4 to go. Cobb in the backfield alongside Mekhi Brogdon. Smith in motion. Cobb keeps it himself and goes nowhere.
Yeah, you see they tried to take advantage of the big body that Cobb brings to the field there, but just to run straight up the middle, didn't fool that Austintown defense. Staunch front 4 they have up front there, leads to a 3 and out for the Raider offense.
So out comes the special teams unit. This has been a very solid group of players alongside Juwan Edmonds, that big kicker and punter for him.
Yeah, Edmonds, this is, I think, his 3rd year. I mean, he's really came along, punting as well as the field goals.
A fair catch called for it around the 28-yard line. Now comes this Austintown Fitch group, offensive group.
that this Fitch offense is going to take the field, high-powered. You're going to see what we already know. You know, it's the running back. That running back, I mean, we've watched him since I think his sophomore year, and just his ability, I mean, just low center of gravity, powerful legs, keeps him churning, just somebody tough to bring down, but at the same time, once he breaks that second level, he can turn on the jets and score from anywhere.
Number 3, Colin Callagher is the quarterback for the Austintown offense. He's going to get the call to his big running back. He's going to get around, he's going to get a good gain up to the 40-yard line.
Handoff to number 1, DeAndre Richard.
Number 1.
Obviously, you know, Richard, his name all week was up on the big whiteboard. They know that's where that's the heart and soul of this offense right here. Austintown, you know, all year they've made a habit of just starting it out with the run game, making you play 7-8 in the box, and that opens up the passing game.
First and 10, sorry about that. He's going to get a good carry from number 11 there. He's going to get a new set of first downs and go down at around the 45 in Harding territory. Brady Evans.
Takes it into Harding territory, 46.
You know, we've seen Fitch for the last couple years here. You know, they've really improved their program to become big contenders in the valley here. That's Trumbull-Mahoning County. And you see just that balance of offense, inside, outside, almost like a boxer. You know, working the body, working the head until they knock you out and they get in the end zone.
It's at the 46-yard line, Callagher. And that's DeAndre Richard in the backfield alongside with him. Looks like a little bit of a
timeout on the field. Timeout, Fitch.
A little bit of a long time developing that play. They're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, you know, Fitch just came out almost with a little mush, you know, huddle there, almost like they're almost trying to run a little bit of tempo. They want to make sure, they want to try to tire out this. Look, the one thing that's been solid all year about this Harding team is obviously the defense. The defense has kept them in the games, kept them into the fourth quarter. And Fitch has watched that tape, and they know that. They want to run some of this tempo offense to try to limit the opportunities of the Raiders being able to make any substitutions, see if they can get them tired, and take advantage of some weaknesses on the defense by strictly just tiring them out by running some tempo offense.
I was just about to ask you about the defense, Eddie. It's been a great group for Matt Richardson and his defensive play. Obviously, that defensive line has been very talented. You got some big guys up front there.
Yeah, you know, you've got some big guys up front there. You know, 58, 56. Just you can't. You really can't ask for anything more than what this defense has done. And when you look at even the two linebackers, two seniors out there with 180, Hill, and then you've got Smith. You know, these are kids that they got a lot of playing time as sophomores, obviously started as juniors, and then now, you know, kind of the heart and soul of this defense as seniors. You know, their job is to make the tackles. That front four or front five, depending on how they shift it, their job is to basically take advantage, to take the opportunity, to take the linemen out of it, and those linebackers are to step up, and they've just done an amazing job all year of keeping this team in every game they played.
Ray Twanell, definitely one of Richardson's favorites. He's a captain of this defense, one of the captains of the Raiders. Out comes the Austintown offense back again. The Raiders defense at the 46-yard line in Harding territory.
You'd mentioned that front line there. Look for Anthony Simpson, Xavion Smith, as well as Asa Birch from this edge. Watch him near side.
A handoff again to DeAndre Richards. He's going to get a good gain, and he's going to get a first down again, that time inside the 40, around the 34-yard line. Not only that, you've seen Matt Richardson loves to blitz his linebackers. Tyler Smith loves to come off that blitz, and we've called his name a few times. It's another play. It's a pass to the right or left side, and that's going to be a good gain up to the 20. Flag down on the play. Takes a little bit to go down.
Yeah, that's in the space where you usually find a holding call.
Yeah.
Ran that screen out there. Looked like the wide receiver. I haven't seen the replay yet. Looked like a wide receiver probably held one of those corners.
Pretty sure that was number 11, Brady Evans, on that reception. Well, you heard the band there.
Yeah.
That's definitely a holding call.
I'll tell you, holding calls, those are drive killers right there. Now, it's going to be from the spot of the foul, so it may not be that whole 10 yards, but holding penalties, they can absolutely destroy a drive.
The 34, a handoff to DeAndre Richard, and he's going to get nowhere. He gets blown up behind that line of scrimmage. I'm pretty sure for a loss. He might have gotten a yard.
You saw they tried to fake almost like a jet sweep there to 11, Brady Evans. Defense wasn't falling for it. Good penetration up the middle by that front four, front five of the Raiders. Able to push that back for another loss.
Yeah.
Bringing up this big 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13.
Now, I was going to ask a question, but is DeAndre Richard wearing a Guardian cap right there?
Yeah, it looks like he is. A lot of that is just out of precaution.
Yeah. A handoff to him again. He's going to get a decent gain, decent bit of yards back, I think around 5 yards.
That was Kai Blucher there. Came up. Listen, that's one heck of a tackle right there. You're able to take down, when you're able to take down Richards in the open field like that, one-on-one. I mean, that is one heck of a play by the senior stepping up tonight.
Andre Richard, 5'9", 195 pounds. Definitely a big body in there. I mean, they love to have him in their Austintown offense. A 3rd and 8 coming up.
Big play here.
And this is going to be another handoff for DeAndre Richard. He's going to go down.
I think they might have got a face mask on that.
Got pushed, I think, a little bit short of the first down, actually. Around 2 yards away from the first down.
Yeah, he came through the hole there. Looked like he was going to get stopped, but that might be a face mask. Could be a possibility of a hold, but it looked like somebody might have grabbed a face mask there. Yeah, right there. You can see one of the interior linemen just pulled him around. That's going to be the big one, too, not incidental. That's going to be a 15-yarder.
Yeah. I lost the flag for a second. It landed on a player's neck, and then there was a second flag thrown in. So
yeah, I think they both saw it. I think the back judge saw it first, and then the line judge called it second. But good call. Unfortunately, you're trying to play aggressive out there, just trying to make a tackle. Unfortunately, just got a hold of that face mask.
1st and 10 at the Harding at 13. Going to be a handoff to number 2 that time. That is Junie Higgs. He's a senior himself, 5'9", 170 pounds. Listed at defensive back, but you can see he can play running back as well.
Xavier Smith's going to get credit for the tackle. Watch Mendez Provic just fly in from that end position, able to get his arms around the big running back's legs there, slow him down. 58 able to come in at the end there to clean it up for a very modest gain.
Mendez Provic, we called his name before in the McDowell game. He had a big forced fumble in there coming off the blitz. A 2nd and 11 coming up. Harding looking to make a stand on the defensive side of the ball. Hands it off again. That is number 2 again, and he's going to get to the 1-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. It's a big defensive stop.
Yeah, Richards, if you watch, just look how he reads the hole here. You see Hill come up, kicks it to the outside, nobody home. Able to bring that deep inside of Raider territory, inside of the 5 with a first down.
So it's 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. 2 receivers lined up. They hand it off to Junie Higgs again. He's going to get back. He's going to go backwards for a yard loss.
Tackle by number 4, Raytwan Hill.
Raytwan Hill doing his job there, stepping up, recognizing that run up the middle. They're going to keep on going to the well. I mean, if you're Austintown right now, you've got the big back. Look, you got the big beef up front right there. I'm going to try to run them, but, I mean, right there, you just saw that Raider defensive line be able to dominate the line of scrimmage right there to come up with the big stop on the first down there.
We want to talk about some impacts on how these players got so big. Coach Richardson brought in a new strength and conditioning coach this year, I'm pretty sure. His name is Mike Bartos. We want to give a big shout out to him because he built some super soldiers up there. 2nd and 4, and he is going to get That is number 1 again. That's DeAndre Richard into the end zone for a touchdown.
Obviously, Austintown being able to come down the field here, I don't think they threw the ball one time, just getting behind their running back Richards right there. But just watch this replay. It doesn't matter how fast you are. Everything's about timing and just he's got the vision. And most importantly, look at the balance. I mean, he's just, low center of gravity. 5'9", 195. He keeps that low center of gravity, hard to bring down, but just the vision and just the patience of letting those blocks set up as he just easily made his way to the outside in the end zone for 6.
A flag down before the play.
Dead ball, encroachment defense, decline, try.
So Jackson Faulkner will come out to kick the extra point for Austintown. A little bit of waiting, a flag in the last play, but they declined it. Point is up and
extra point is good. 5:04 left to go in the first quarter.
So now, what are you looking for in the next drive for this offense? A 3-and-out last time, Eddie.
Well, you want to establish an identity. I mean, I always talk about the fact that you want to establish the line of scrimmage, right? I mean, you establish the line of scrimmage, that opens up a lot of things, whether it's the run or the pass. It doesn't really matter what you're getting beat at. You can always counter it. If they're aggressive, there's ways to stop that. If they're sitting back in a zone, there's ways to attack that as well. But it's just really establishing an identity. It's making that what happened in that, why Austintown scored right there is they got comfortable, right? They got comfortable. They turned around, they handed running back the ball, he got upfield. It's the other side's job to make them uncomfortable. Put the other side in positions that make them uncomfortable. So take whatever they're doing that's working and try to use it against them, whether it's aggressiveness, whether it's sitting back. Somehow you have to make the other team uncomfortable. So right now, you've got a senior, Juju Farrell, big kid, big size, got some speed. Maybe just take a shot with him. Drop the quarterback back, let him throw something deep. See if you can get a 50-50 ball. Start to move those safeties back, move those linebackers back. The other idea is maybe if they're getting a lot of pressure up front, let's look at some play action. Let's slow those linebackers up. Let's not let them just strictly step up. Let's make them think about the pass. Let's do some play action. Get somebody like Mollenkopf, get him out on that perimeter, a bootleg, get him to pressure the line of scrimmage, make the defense make a decision, come up, come back, but whatever you do, you gotta make the other side uncomfortable.
Yeah, and you talk about Harding's running back room, Mendez, Provit, you've seen a little bit of Satavian Hill in there as well. And those are two different backs. Mendez is a very big 231-pounder at that back spot, and then
and then you throw in Brogdon, he's kind of the middle of that, right?
Yeah,
you've got the scat back in Hill, you've got the big bruiser and Provit, and then you've got Brogdon that kind of brings you a little bit of power, a little bit of speed.
Set to kick off for the Falcons, number 81, Jackson Faulkner. Back deep for the Raiders, number 10, Matthew Richardson.
So obviously there's 3 returners for Harding.
Now this is the first time.
One of the most important ones that we've seen this season.
And Matty returned to kickoff last week against Massillon. One of the big bright spots was Matty Richardson last week.
A little bit of a low kick. That's going to end up in the hands of Matt Richardson. And he's going to take it all the way to the 30 and into the 40-yard line to set up this Harding offense.
Yeah, last week I think Matty might have had a couple interceptions, had a couple receptions, and then obviously the touchdown that was scored was on a kickoff by Matty Richardson. I want to say it was about 90 yards. Just another tough kid, got playing time at a young age. I believe he's a sophomore. And just wasn't afraid of these bright lights. You talk about all the time how everybody wants to play under the lights when these lights get hot. And was never afraid to come out there and perform.
You talk about the defensive side of the trenches. How about the offensive side of the trenches for Harding?
Well, with Matty, a lot of times when you see him in there, you're going to see that jet sweep. They like to put the ball in his hands. He's very athletic, try to get him to the outside.
Cobb on 1st and 10. He's going to hand it off to one of those backs. It's number 40.
That's Brogdon.
Kai Brogdon.
Yeah, you saw some man coverage on the high side there.
Gain of around 2. Or gain of nothing there.
No, looked like there was some possibilities there. Looked like maybe zone blocking on the line there. Just the running back wasn't able to read the hole, ran right into the back of one of his linemen. Going to bring up this 2nd and 10.
Second and 9, so they did gain some yardage. Cobb back to pass. He's airing it out, and that is going to be incomplete. A little bit of a hold there, but they're going to let that slide.
Look, absolutely a little bit of a hold there. Looks like he tried to, that was Tate out there. Exactly what I was asking for.
Now, what I saw out there was a little bit of like a prison assassination there.
It looked like he absolutely had his hands on him to slow him down, but you know, this is what I was talking about, was stretching the field, letting them know they're running that single safety and almost bringing them up to the line.
Yeah.
You know, because they just don't believe Hardy can pass. So they're absolutely trying to bring that safety up, almost having 9 in the box, daring you to pass. That's exactly what you need to do. Throw that 50-50 ball. That could have easily been a pass interference call.
2nd and 10, or 3rd and 9, my bad. And Amir Cobb drops back again, throws to the near sideline. He's going to get a first down. Number 24, Kai Fletcher caught that one.
You know, I like that. I like Kai. Talked about him a lot. You know, you see him on the basketball court. Reminds me a lot of Rajon Rondo. Has a little chippiness to him. You know what I mean? But he's got that edge to play football. He's not afraid to go over the middle either. Want to see you try to work that inside. You know, it's good to work the perimeter, good to work that long ball, but very difficult at this level for one of those linebackers to try to keep up with a slot back or keep track of a tight end or running back out of the backfield.
And we've seen what Kai Fletcher can do when he gets some space. In the Massillon Perry game, took one to the house. A 1st and 10, that's Makai Brogdon again, going to get around 3 yards before being taken down. When we go back to that Massillon Perry game, I think it was James Jones who passed it to Kai Fletcher, and he had a big run after catch, had a juke. It was over the middle of the field, took it to the outside, and took it all the way into the end zone.
Now, you know, Kai on defense, I know just standing right down here, Kai had a ball against Mooney that he wishes he had back. I mean, he was looking into the track of the wellness center, just wasn't able to bring it in, but just, you know, been staunch all year for the Raider defense.
2nd and 7, Smith in motion. Cobb hands it off to Makai Brogdon again. He's going to get around, he's going to get a 1 yard maybe there, maybe just line of scrimmage before being taken down.
Yeah, Brogdon, as you see here, he's coming up. Looks like that play was probably supposed to go more to the left-hand side. You saw the guard and tackle, looked like they pulled, but unfortunately he kept that more to the right. Got to follow those blockers up the lane there.
We'll mark it as a 2-yard gain, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 at the 46-yard line. They are into Austintown territory. They're going to line up 2 receivers to the outside. Kai Brogdon still in motion. They send Smith in motion. They hand it off again to Brogdon, and he's going to get around 2 yards before getting taken down.
Yeah, I got to assume that might have been, well, nope. I was thinking maybe 4 down territory. They ran that ISO on 3rd and 6. Thought maybe Coach Richardson had already decided that was going to be that was going to be 4 down territory, but looking to play field position here. See if GG can pin them deep inside their own territory.
Yeah, Richardson sending out his punt unit.
They're
going to fake it with Tyler Smith. He's going to take it for a first down, I'm pretty sure.
Looks like he's got it.
Harding is marking it as a first down.
Are they moving it? Are they measuring?
They're going to spot the ball and then maybe bring out the chain gang.
They moved it.
They moved it. First, that's a big first down right there.
Oh, that looked like that was Brogdon. That direct snap to number 40, Brogdon. Wow. At least that's what I thought I saw on the replay there.
See if they'll bring it out again on the replay. I thought I saw number 3 there, Goody.
I thought I did too, but then on that last replay, they showed Brogdon. That might have been something from before, but nevertheless, that's going to give the Raiders a fresh set of downs in Austintown territory.
Big first down at the 40. We talk about, you know, a big momentum change, and they want to get stuff like that right there. Cobb drops back to pass. Man, that is one-on-one with Richardson.
There's the
Sailed
flag.
out of bounds. That is a flag, no doubt about it.
And listen, we'll take that.
And move him 15 yards.
Listen, not bad. Listen, you know, giving some credit to the Fitch player. That was Wayne Holloway. Not bad coverage, just got tied up with the receiver. But these are the type of things that you do to make that defense uncomfortable. You've seen from the beginning of the game, they were playing single safety and they were walking them up because they didn't fear the pass. They were trying to defend the run the whole time. You forced them. Keep that single coverage back there. You've got the one-on-one. Throw up that 50-50 ball. You got an opportunity for a catch, or you've got an opportunity for a call like that to move the sticks.
They're going to spot him at the little bit of confusion spot in the ball. They're going to spot him at the 30-yard line, it looks like. 30 flat. And boy, what a gutsy call from Matt Richardson on 4th and 4.
Hey, you know, you're in week 10. You know, we know this is win or go home. You know, you're going to pull out all the stops on this game.
Amir Cobb on 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Gets the snap, hands it off to Brogdon. He gets a little bit of the outside and gets a flag. There is a flag down, but he got 7 yards on that. We're going to see what the
That's in the area holding. See what they're going to call here. Yeah, they're going to call it there on Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith gets called for a hold.
You know, you hate to see a penalty like that on 1st down and make it 1st and 20, but, you know, at the end of the day,
1st down.
I can appreciate an aggressive mistake.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to make a mistake, I want to see it. I want to see something aggressive.
It's going to make it a big... Time stop. 1st and 20 from the 39-yard line in Austintown territory.
Once again, you got to chip away. You know, you don't need to get it all back in one play. You got 4 downs to do this.
Cobb drops back, looking for
again,
Richardson. He's got beat, and he's got the 1st down. Did he get the feet in?
Couldn't keep the feet in.
They're marking him.
Look, but that's okay. If they're going to keep on giving you that zero coverage, no safeties back, we're going to keep on taking these opportunities. You got Matty on this side, you've got Juju on the other side, and don't be afraid of that seam route with Tyler that we've seen him score on before. Also, as they start pushing those safeties back, now let's watch. You see the 1 deep? Let's see if they take 2 deep. Now that they see that you're willing to go deep, you get that 2 deep safety look. Start looking in the middle of the field, wide open once they get that two deep safety look.
And we've seen Tyler Smith haul in a touchdown. I'm pretty sure it was against McDowell as well. And this is a fast group of wide receivers. I think he's lining up 4 out wide. Looks like Kai Evans in motion.
It's like
a timeout, I'm pretty sure, called for Harding.
Yep.
So a little bit of miscommunication, a little bit taking a long
important
time.
play here. You know, we had an opportunity there, but nevertheless, that's still going to bring up that 2nd and 20. You got to chip off some yards here. You know, I assume you got to get roughly to about the 30. I'd say somewhere inside the 30 for coach to be comfortable with sending his field goal team out there. But that's been one of the bright spots of the year is Gigi, the field goal kicker, just been able to hit the end zone with his kickoffs and been very consistent on not only the extra points, but his field goals as well.
He's done a pretty good job this year.
Absolutely.
Great. I don't think I've seen him miss the field goal in all the games I have seen here.
Well, he's got. I mean, it's the leg strength. You know, we talk about football being three different segments: offense, defense, and special teams, and the ability to have a kicker that you can trust. To not only make the simple 17-yard extra points or whatever it is, 10 plus 7, I guess 27, but to be able to put him out there for your 37, 38, 40-yard field goals and put some points on the board is a big deal.
Yeah, well, it feels like every year we're seeing a new field goal distance for the kickers because we just seen a 70-yarder in the NFL from Cam Little. 4 out wide, Cobb drops back, gets a man in his face, and that is going to be floated up, and a little bit of a tussle. Might have been picked off.
See what they're calling. Yeah, they're going to call that an interception.
And that was...
You know, listen, a little underthrown. If you watch, you know, a little pressure coming from the defensive end caused Cobb to throw off of his back foot, which made that throw come up a little short. The wide receiver's got to turn into a corner at that point.
It's also kind of a bad play for Austintown because that sets them up 5 yards inside their own.
Well, that's the silver lining there. You know, obviously that holding penalty put Harding in a difficult position. At best, that could have been an incomplete pass. This is almost like a punt that's gonna pin them deep in their own territory.
Expect a lot of pressure here from Matt Richardson's defense.
No, absolutely.
DeAndre Richard in the backfield. He's going to get the call, obviously, up the middle. And he's going to get a few yards. Get up to the 6-yard line for him.
Yeah, right now they're very comfortable with just turning around and handing it off, you know, to their all-everything running back in DeAndre Richards.
Usually when it's a 50-50 ball between the receiver and the defender, they usually call it on the offensive side. I mean, you refer back maybe 10 years ago, the Fail Mary with Russell Wilson.
It's like they're slowing things down a little bit, trying to get a look at the defense.
That's going to take us to the second quarter. Harding down 0-7 to the Austintown Fitch Falcons. And hopefully Harding can get a stop here, Eddie.
Yeah, you know, Austintown came out and did exactly what you knew they were going to do, right? They're going to mano-a-mano, me versus you. We're going to control the line of scrimmage. We're going to turn around. We're going to give it to our running back, and we're going to see if he can stop us. If he can't, we're going to just keep on doing it. And right now, that's what they're doing. You know, they came down. They got a quick score. Harding, you asked, you know, what are you looking to see? Listen, that wasn't a bad response there. Obviously aided by that pass interference penalty. You just really like to see right now, we see a lot of throws at the perimeter and screens, and we see some 50-50 balls going downfield. Would really like to see them be able to try to work something over the middle, you know, work some slants, skinny post, you know, give the quarterback an opportunity to make a very simple 5-yard throw and let one of these athletic wide receivers take it another 80 yards.
Talking about it, the offense starting to become a lot more aggressive with the pass too. Richardson's electing to send out his offense, his receivers, get them one-on-one and pass the ball more. We've seen a lot of deep shots in that.
Yeah, and listen, it's, you know, a lot of times I call that deep shot, I call it a purpose play, right? You don't even really care if it's complete or not. It's a purpose play. It's to get that safety back. It's to make those linebackers think twice about stepping up. You know, it's almost a purpose play. But once, if you can establish that, if you can get them out of that single safety, if you can make them bring that second safety back because they're fearing that, that's going to open up the run. That's also going to open up those passes underneath. But right now, just simply throwing the 50-50 ball downfield or looking to run the kind of the bubble screens to the perimeter. Obviously, that's something that you need. I really think with a quarterback like Cobb, you want to get into some play actions. You want to get him out on the perimeter, let him pressure that line of scrimmage, and make the defense make a decision.
Well, out comes the Austintown offense to get set for the second quarter. The Harding halftime will feature the Harding band and the Austintown Fitch band. Line up in a single back formation, a little bit of a pistol right there. It's going to be Richard again. He's going to get a call, and he's going to get around to the 10-yard line for being brought down. Pretty sure he didn't gain much there.
No, not a big game, but once again, Elijah Phillips coming up from that safety position with the big hit. Going to be a 3rd and short here. Big down for Harding to try to get off the field.
You got to wonder, are they going to go to the outside or are they going to go inside and try and power, make a statement? They have 3 receivers in a bunch formation on the left side, on the right side. He's going to roll out, throw it to DeAndre Richard, and he's going to get a few yards. He's going to get out of the red zone and go up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
Look, we talked about even with the Harding offense right there, just something a little different here. This running back almost, you know, just running a simple screen with him there. Just an extended handoff, essentially. Just a different look. It's never about the play. It's always about the player. You want to get the ball into the hand of your player that can make plays. Big, crucial third down right there to move the sticks for the Falcons.
1st and 10. Get a little bit of a jet sweep with number 11 there. That's Brady Evans, and he's going to get taken down for around a yard.
Great discipline there. See Evans coming around on this jet sweep. Kai Evans comes up, securing that edge, setting the edge there. Him and Phillips came up to hold that to a short gain of 2.
So now he's 2nd and 8, so it was a gain of 2 yards.
Now this is where Austintown starts to really wear you down.
He's going to get a little bit of contact up front, but gets around 3 yards. It's going to make it a...
That was Asa Birch.
Asa Birch came in there.
Great penetration, able to get the back that looks like that was Higgs on the carry there. Able to come up and slow him down, but this is where when you're able to control the line of scrimmage and you've got a running back like they do, you know, you can get a 7-14 point lead and it almost becomes like it's a 21-28 point lead because they're just going to run this clock down.
3rd and 6 in the gun set. 3 receivers out wide. Drops back, throws to his one-on-one and overthrown.
Big hit by Tyler Smith.
Intended for number 10, Isaiah Porch there.
Surprised that on that 3rd down, Tyler Smith applied the pressure, only had one receiver. Looked like that was Isaiah Porch, the only receiver that he had out there in the route. Forced him to throw that earlier than he did. Errant pass. Raiders able to get off the field here.
This is going to be a big return for Matt Richardson.
Should end up with good field position.
Almost got a little bit blocked there. It's going to bounce
out
to the
midfield. Look at that bad hop.
Gets recovered at the 48 in Harding territory. So Harding will be set up at the 48-yard line. What do you think we're going to see more? Are we going to see more of those deep passes, or is he going to keep it a little bit, just ground and pound?
You know, it's hard to call. I mean, right now, like I said, I believe you have to try to establish an identity. But, you know, this is week 10. This is win or go home. So right now, I think what Coach Richardson's doing, you know, he's looking at his guys up top here. They're recognizing what the defense is doing. They're trying to, you know, find out where the weaknesses are. I think right now they're gonna try to just put the ball in the hands of players. I think they're gonna lean a lot on these seniors to make some plays, knowing that this is their last game at Mollenkopf. But right now, you know, it all starts with the front 5.
We saw him last drive on a special teams play, fake the punt, and I think it was Tyler Smith that got the direct snap and took it for a 1st down. I think we're going to see another one of those.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a halfback pass. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a reverse pass. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some points on the board that you see an onside kick to follow it. I mean, right now, like I said, you're leaving everything on the field. You know, you're not. We're not driving back home and woulda, shoulda, coulda. You know, we're leaving everything on the field tonight. I wouldn't be surprised you see something inside the 5-yard line. I wouldn't be surprised if you see them put, you know, one of the backup linemen or maybe Raytwan Hill at fullback, you know, to try to lead the way for Brogdon or Xavier, one of the other running backs. But, you know, so far, Austintown came down on that first possession, you know, punched him in the face, and Harding's defense has responded.
Yep.
You know, just looking to give this offense an opportunity. They've got athletes that have the opportunity to score from anywhere on the field. All it takes is the right opportunity, and I think that's going to come with something over the middle. Look at this, zero
48
zero
in the
coverage.
I formation.
Zero coverage. You've got basically 11 in the box. They're daring you to pass the ball.
Handed it off, and it was Mendez Provitt there going to the 50. So for a gain of 2, a little bit of it came out in the I formation, and I think they ran it a little bit to the outside.
I love that old school look of the eye, but I mean, when you see that zero coverage like that, no safeties back, they basically got 11 in the box. You got to, that's where you check out of it, see if you can send somebody downfield on a one-on-one. I mean, once again,
in the I formation again, and a little bit of a trip there. Botch snap, Amir Cobb went down. So that's going to be a...
It's going to bring up a 3rd down here.
3rd and 10. It's not what Matt Richardson wanted, the offense needed.
No, but I mean, like I said, you've got some opportunity here. You know, right now, Austintown, they've watched the films. They're daring you to pass the ball.
Yeah.
They know that you want to drop back and you want to hand it off. They're daring you to pass the ball right now. This time you see they're coming up at least
with 3 receivers.
Yeah, well, it looks like that defense is in that cover 2. They're going to walk a safety up right here.
There's one in the backfield. A fake handoff, a play action.
Oh, he had him early.
Out, and he is going to stays on his feet, still going, and he's going to go around at the line of scrimmage. That was Amir Cobb there.
Cobb had looked like Juju early, wide open down the sideline on a blown coverage. Unfortunately, wasn't able to see him.
Yeah,
if you watch right here, look, the corner, it's going to come off of him. Looked like the corner got his eyes in the backfield. Right here, you've got Juju downfield wide open.
Yeah, I think the
just
pressure,
under pressure at that point.
Yeah, the pressure was in there. It's a 4th and 10.
Trying to play some field position here, looking to see if Gigi can put it somewhere inside the 10-yard line.
We're not going to see a fake on 4th and 10. Play is going to stop. I don't see a flag.
We'll take that. We'll take it. Looks like somebody might have called a timeout.
Sideline warning on Warren.
We will absolutely take that
please.
because I think Gigi definitely wants to put a little better effort into that one. Wants to kind of pin it to the sideline. Doesn't want to give the returner an opportunity, but needs to get a little bit more behind that.
So they're going to get another chance to put some leg behind this punt. A little bit of a better punt. It's going to bounce to the 24. There's a flag down. A player down. Number 31 was down.
Yeah, those are the type of penalties right now that you just don't want to see. I mean, this is a dead ball. Ball goes out of bounds on a punt, 24-yard line. No reason for the extracurricular.
Yeah. It definitely gets physical out there. Some guys don't.
Dead ball, personal foul.
They end up basically with a 10-yard punt now.
Yeah.
15
You
yards.
might as well have just
down.
went for it. But those are the type of things that, Coach Richardson and his staff, they're working on cleaning up. You want to, it's one thing when the other team is just, they're just giving it to you that day. It's another thing, when you contribute to it. And penalties like that, there's things that just really blow a coach up. We like the aggressiveness, but let's do it. Let's do it between the lines. Let's do it on the play.
If you're going to make some extra aggressiveness, at least get away with it.
Right. Right.
1st and 10 out of the gun set. That is going to be Higgs, and he's going to get blown up for a loss of a yard there.
And on to number 2, Judy Higgs.
Got stood up there.
Hey, listen, the defense
Tried
is
cutting to the outside.
the defense has really been all year they've shown up. All year they've shown up. You see Fitch kind of, obviously Fitch is looking into next week. They know they're securely into the playoffs. Don't want to get anybody hurt in a game like this that truly doesn't mean much to them other than maybe, some seeding.
Yeah. Second and 9, so they did gain a few yards. It's going to be a reception to the, it's going to be taken down at the 45 in Austintown territory. It's number 11 again, Brady Evans.
Yeah, once again, just almost an extension of just a run there. You know, you fake that jet sweep around the side and
taking no time to get into play. DeAndre Richard, he's going to go nowhere. Harding will swallow him up at the 45. That's that good Harding defensive line coming in.
Listen, Anthony Simpson, I mean, just him and Xavion, the way they have really held down the middle of that defensive line all year has just been amazing. Asa Birch coming from the side, Mendez, and then with the two seniors, you know, at linebacker. I mean, this has just been a very tough defense all year.
Very weird look for the Austintown Fitch.
We used to call this helter-skelter. Almost trying to see if they can force Harding into taking a timeout here.
Taking a little bit. They're going to throw it. A man wide open. That's a big gain for the Fitch, and he stays on his feet. He's going to go in for a touchdown. Big defensive give up for the Harding Raiders.
Yeah, like I said, we call that helter-skelter. Trying to see if you could force the other team to take a timeout there. If they don't take the timeout, they don't adjust, well, then you run the play and you get that, you get something like that there.
A little bit of a message maybe from Austintown being like, you want to run a trick play on us, we'll run a trick play right back.
Well, you know what they did is they spread everybody out there and then made you make a decision. Are you going to rush my punter or are you going to drop back? And they made the decision to rush the punter, and unfortunately they were able to. The difficulty on that is, as a defense, you understand a standard looking offense. You understand where the wide receiver, who can be up on the line, who can be back. On something like that, very difficult to be able to tell who's eligible to be a receiver and who's not eligible to be a receiver. And once again, and just, you know, great scheme. Hats off to Austintown. Great scheme. Got a little break in the action.
Yep.
Want to remind everyone, this Sunday, lineup is at 1 o'clock. Halloween parade in downtown Warren starts at 2 o'clock.
You gonna be going there?
Yeah, I'll be there. I know we've got a ton of volunteers. We've got a ton of people signed up. You know, always one of the biggest holidays in the city is Halloween.
You dressing up for that, Eddie?
You know what? If I dress up, I'll probably try to dress up as Jaden. I don't know if I can, you know, I gotta shave though. I don't know if he can grow the facial hair in the way I do. So if I go as something, I might go as one of my kids. But no, it's you know, and we tell you, we got two seniors in the booth with us tonight, and you know that's probably one of the bigger things I would touch on. Unfortunately, Tom could not be here tonight, but it's an honor to be able to work with two of the seniors of Warren Harding that are part of this WSCN program that really have done everything to, you know, bring this broadcast to you. And you know, Tom and I get to stand up here. We get to talk about football, and so it's just an honor to be able to, the first half, call this game with you, Aiden, and in the second half, being able to stand next to my son and being able to call the game with them. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I am.
I'm enjoying it right now, and obviously Mr. Bird, he's retiring next year. I have to call him Mr. Bird. You can call him Tom. But he's retiring next year from teaching. He'll still, I'm pretty sure he'll still come back to the booth. So.
Well, listen, it wasn't lost on me that you called me Eddie. And all of a sudden when you did that, I had to realize that next half, my son is probably going to refer to me as Eddie. And I'm going to have to just accept it.
Oh, man. I just saw the smile on James' face. He's happy to get away with that one. He's operating our camera right now. Again, we want to thank Mr. Whitaker, too, for making this all happen. It's a great program here.
Oh, yes. I mean, you know, I joke and say, you know, when the game of the week is on, which it is this week, I jokingly call them the B team. You know, in case something happens with our broadcast, you can switch over to WKBN and hear the B team. But I'll put your broadcast up against anybody, any day.
A little bit of a low kick. That's going to be fielded by Richardson, and he's going to take it all the way to the 29 on the near side. Harding absolutely needs something on this drive. You don't want to go into halftime down 14-0 or 21-0.
No, they do, and you know, you know, very. You you see, we talked about how well the defense has played all year. Once again, the defense had an opportunity, to get off the field there, forced a punt, but just, trick play caught him on that fourth down with the long score there. But you're right. I mean, you're down 14 right now. You'd love to get something before the half. I mean, other than that trick play, Fitch is really just kind of nickel and dime their way down the field, and Harding's had a couple stops here. So I'd love to see him get in the end zone before the half.
1st and 10, it's a handoff to Brogdon. He's going to get around 2 yards, 3 yards before going down. And now you got to think it's not only becoming a game between the players, it's becoming a mental game between Matt Richardson and Austintown's head coach, TJ Parker.
Yeah, Austintown's coach knows what they do. He knows they grind the ball out. So he knows this 14-point lead. He knows this is more like a 21-point lead. Yeah. If there is an average of, 12 to 15 offensive possessions per high school football game, I guarantee you when you play Austintown, it's less because they chew up so much clock with the run game.
Handoff to Brogdon. He's going to get around back to the line of scrimmage before going down. He might have gotten a yard extra. But we talk about Harding and Austintown. It's been one of those, it's kind of been a rivalry brewing through the last years or so. Harding and Austintown met twice last year. Harding got into the postseason. They beat them in the regular season away in Austintown. Harding beat Austintown away. And then Austintown met Harding in the playoffs, and Austintown won that one. It was a bit of 2 shootouts. Both of those games were.
Yeah, when you've got Trumbull County versus Mahoney County, a lot of history between both of these teams here. You're going to see each other, so bragging rights are at stake.
Cobb drops back. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to go, and he's going to get the outside pressure to the 50, and inside he cuts in to the 38-yard line of the Austintown territory.
That right there, that is that's the aspect that Cobb brings to this team. Some of the biggest plays they've had, as you see here. They were looking to maybe he's got a hot route or he's got a check down route out here, looks away from it.
That is an amazing block.
22, that was Jeremiah Crenshaw, kind of sprung him out there to the edge.
Yeah, and again, he got some extra yards with that cut inside too. So that's going to set them up into the 38. We've seen Harding make explosive plays time and time again this year. Just needs to finish the drive.
Absolutely.
In motion.
There's a jet sweep
hands it
to
off
Matty.
To Matt Richardson. He's going to stay on the inside.
Cut
there he goes to the 10 and to the 5 before being brought down. He is so fast out of that jet sweep.
Fast, he's got that quickness. That's why they love running that jet sweep with him. If you don't do your assignment as the end and set that edge, if he's able to plant that foot and get upfield north and south, it's going to be hell to pay for the defense.
So they're actually going to mark him down at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, you could see it looked like I saw it. That vision. I saw the cutback. He saw the cutback, and when he went to plant that left foot, just ran out of the real estate and stepped out of bounds. But great opportunity for the Raiders here, 1st and 10 at their Fitch 11.
Maybe looking a little bit of a soft coverage. It's a play action with Cobb throws, and that is going to be a gain. That's going to be a gain of nothing.
Looks
there.
like he might have
lost 2 yards.
He might have lost 2. Listen, I love the bootleg. I love the idea. I think what you want to see is, as you saw, the corner and that outside linebacker were able to come up on that coverage there. If you want to put another receiver over there, because look, what happens is you got the corner and the safety coming up because they've got nobody else in the zone right there. If you would have had maybe put somebody else out in that pattern, so the defense has to make a decision, but they were able to bring both. I think with one-on-one, you're going to beat them. But when you have the safety and that corner coming up, just nowhere to go for the receiver.
2nd and 11, 3 out wide for the Harding Raiders. They're going to send a man in motion. They're going to fake the jet sweep, hand it off to Brogdon. He's going to get some yardage all the way to the 8-yard line. I want to talk about that play last time. It was a good job by Kai Blitzer to get even back to the line of scrimmage. Barely get back to the line of scrimmage. It looked like he's going to lose around 5.
I talk about will. You know what I mean? That's just a will to win right there. You got 2 guys. Obviously, Kai is not the biggest man on the field, but he ain't afraid of nobody out there. There ain't no punk in him at all. And when he took that ball, just the will to try to get upfield to win, not just the game, but to win for your brothers. I mean, these are all seniors. These kids have came up together. It's not, we call it a game, we get upset, fans, whatever. These guys play for each other. they've been playing with each other since this thing called Deemer. And you know, and to come to this final game, you know, I remember my final game, and when that clock hits 0, it's over. You never get to play on this field again. You never get to play with these same group of kids ever again. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of tears, win or lose. There's going to be a lot of emotions at the end of this game as you look across the huddle and you see somebody that you've been playing with, that you've been to battle with for 7, 8 years in a row.
A big minute and 49 seconds left on the clock, and this is a big third down for the Raiders.
You know, Coach Richardson right now already has to be deciding. I mean, obviously he's got an opportunity to get a first down at the 1-yard line, but, you know, the question is right now, is this 4-down territory? Yeah. You know, are you going to go for it, or are you going to, if you don't get this, are you going to take an opportunity to put 3 on the board?
I think he's going to run it to the left side with Amir Cobb, or run it to the right side with Amir Cobb. Try and push the power into the end zone.
I think if this is 4-down territory, up there,
there's a jet sweep.
Couldn't get the edge, though.
He's not going to get the edge.
I think he's got to kick the field goal here. I don't think he's got a choice. If you'd have got 5-6 yards on that, if you'd have looked at this as 4-down territory, told Cobb, hey, all we need is 5-6 yards right here. Let's get half of it back. If we would have done that, that might have been 4-down territory, but with a loss of yards on the play, not much choice. You got to go with the 3 points. Bring Edmonds out on the field.
Timeout. That's their final timeout.
36 until halftime. The Austintown band will play, the Warren G. Harding band will play. Both a few excellent shows to give us a break from the tackling. Let's hear some trumpets.
Yeah, no, listen, you know, the game is what we come for, but listen, there's a lot of people in these stands there. They're here for the halftime show. Yeah. You know, and a big shout out to the Warren band, the cheerleaders, the majorettes, all the work that they put in all year. To make this once again a part of the great production that we have.
We see a lot of proud parents out there in the stands representing their kids that are in band. There's a few football players in band too. Ashton Coleman, one of the linemen, he's in band.
Yeah, listen, these band members, I mean, they're just as into the game as the players are. Yeah. You know, one of the greatest things to see is after the victory when the football team comes over, they celebrate with the band.
So here we are, a 4th and 12. It looks like they're going. Matt Richardson will go for it.
He is going to go for it.
4 receivers out wide. Cobb drops back. He's going to float it into the end zone and incomplete. Missed his guy by a little bit there.
Yeah, it looks like a little mix-up on the Austin Blackwell had him on that skinny post pattern right there. Yeah. You can see if you watch it, he's got the top of the screen. He's one-on-one, but see how he slowed up right there? Cobb expected him to continue to go, would have given him that opportunity.
Big miscommunication there. 1:30 left, and now the defense is going to have to come back out.
Yeah, obviously, you know, defense wants to hold him. You want to hold him here. Fitch going to, Fitch getting the ball at the half.
And they're going to milk some clock most likely.
Well, you know, we'll see. They haven't really thrown the ball that much, but they're going to definitely turn around and hand it to Richard to see if he's able to break one. Maybe a play action here, see if they can get this defense to commit.
It's going to be a handoff to Richard. He's going to take it to the 20, spins and goes down for a gain of around 4. Now Raytwan Hill was in there.
Raytwan Hill came in there to lead the charge, but big hit by number 78. That was Ellis Daniels that came in and also put a pretty big hit on him.
He laid some barbecue on him.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
2nd and 6.
Yeah, you could tell the way Austintown's playing this. They're comfortable with just seeing if they could break a big one.
He's going to get to the outside and get the first down. He falls into the first down at around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you can tell no true sense of urgency. A little bit of tempo here, but no true sense of urgency.
Well, that gives them an opportunity to maybe take a shot on first down and then milk out the rest of the clock if they really want to. There's 3 out wide. DeAndre Richard will get the call again and gets blown up. And no, never mind. He stays on his feet, and he's going to get around 6 or 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, he's too strong. He's too strong. Can't come in high like that with an arm tackle, like that penetration.
Onto the 34-yard line.
Can't tell who that really was. Looks like that might have been 56.
Well, here
Anthony
Simpson. They're going to run another play, and they get a little bit of a screen pass there, and they're going to go out of bounds for around. He's going to get a first down. I think that was around the 41, 42-yard line. He kind of hopped out of bounds a little bit there.
Yeah, you know, it's almost like they're, we'll see what we can do. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, obviously very comfortable. They've got 2 timeouts. Oh, no, they've got no timeouts left.
Well, they're going to snap the ball again. He's going to have plenty of time. He's going to dump it down low and get around 5 yards. Ball is out, and it's recovered.
1 second.
But
I think that's still 1 second on the clock. Let's see if they
1 second left.
Should be 1 second on the clock.
He grabbed the ball, but they blew the play dead, so you got to wonder what happened there.
Let's see. There's absolutely a second left on the clock. Coach Richardson's going out. He wants to be a part of this conversation.
Yeah, there's a second left. He had the ball. He had plenty of open space in there.
No question there was 1 second left on the clock.
So you got to wonder what happened. Is that a flag on the field there? I can't really
Looks
see
like Austintown's running off the field, but has a decision been made? There was absolutely a second left on the clock when he recovered it.
Sending guys into the locker rooms, but
looks like they're going to call the half.
Whatever the decision is, the decision is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling off.
That's half.
Jaden Colbert taking over for the second half. Enjoy the Warren G. Harding festivities at halftime.
Aiden, it was a pleasure working with you. Great job. I wish you the best the rest of your senior year. Enjoy the second half. Enjoy the halftime show, guys.
Austintown Fitch Falcons 14, Warren Harding Raiders 0. Enjoy the halftime festivities. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's halftime performance. We proudly present to you the 2025-2026 Austintown Fitch Marching Band. The band is led into the field by junior drum major Peyton Lemon and senior drum major Kristen Schrock. This evening's halftime performance is comprised of music chosen by the senior banders. They're on the big night by the Backstreet Boys, Firework by Katy Perry, and Michael Jackson's Billie Jean.
And now, the Austintown tradition continues with the color guard presentation of the American flag. As the band concludes with their national march, the Stars and Stripes, forever. The Austintown Fitch Band would like to thank everyone for their continued support, and we wish the best of luck to Coach Parker and our Fitch Falcon football team in the second half. Go Falcons, march on! Traditions beyond compare. And for decades, we have been the musical pride of rural Ohio. Mollenkopf Stadium, get on your feet and make some noise for your G. Harding Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we present the 2025 Raider Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Reed Young and Heather Cerny. Summer assistants include Kristen Richter, Melanie Glad, Abigail Newman, Antoine Howard, John Galvin, and Nijay Glover. Our major instructor is Sydney Davis. Flatline instructor is Celeste Harris. Percussion instructors are Jordan Ringgold and Brian Yager. The band is led off to the field by field commanders Sean Poole, Micaiah Capers, and head drummer Terrence Jefferson. The Raider Band is proud to present our 2025 show titled Dance to the Music, as we feature a variety of hit songs that we know you'll enjoy. Our opening song takes us back to the year 2014 with this pop rock hit by the band Walk the Moon. Here is Shut Up and Dance.
Up next is a Canadian indie rock hit by the band Hot Hot Heat. Our majorettes and flagliner featured as we perform Talk to Me, Dance with Me. The Raider Band is on the move with this 1967 soul hit from the band Sly and the Family Stone. Here is Dance to the Music. The Raider Band would like to thank all of you for being a wonderful audience tonight. Now join us as we cheer our Raider team. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Warren G. Harding Raider Marching Band.
for generations. This field, 3 championship high schools have shaped boys into men, teaching them to hone their talents, believe in themselves, and reach their ultimate goal. This is not only taught on this field, but expressed to every student that has ever walked through a Warren City School door. From a young age, we are taught to trust in our abilities, believe in ourselves, set a goal, and above all, never give up. Here are 47 athletes that believed in that Warren City School spirit and reached their ultimate goal of playing professional football. From the Warren G. Harding Panthers, Ted Rodisovich, Joseph Carey, Bill Carr, Tyrone Hicks, David Arnold, Travis Davis, Greg Zakharoff, and NFL Hall of Famer Paul Warfield. From the Warren Western Reserve Raiders, Joey Browner, Keith Browner, Aaron Brown, Derek Kelson, Vanessa DeCruz, Alfie Birch, Vanessa Brandon, and Mark Brandon. From the Warren G. Harding Raiders, LaShawn Daniels Sr., Myron Ellsey, Vanessa Probit, Derek Torres, Maurice Claretz, Carla Diggs, Prescott Burgess, David Herron, Mario Manningham, Chris Rucker, Antoine Moldis, Cindy Glover, Anthony Hope, Daniel Boone Herron, Christopher Anzavino, Deshaun Daniels Jr., James Daniels, Lynn Bowden, Yoda Froholt, Myron Cunningham. Along the way, we have lost a few pro football legends of Warren, Ohio, but their legacy will live on here at Mollenkopf Stadium. John Chacurnia, Chuck Ricker, Jim Ross, Michael Graham, Lionel Reed, David Rogers, Lionel Thomas, Teddy Roberts, Jimmy Browner, Russ Browner, and Corey Stringer. So to the next generation in Warren, it doesn't matter whether you're small, big, fast, strong, quick, or patient you are. Take the Warren City Schools foundation in you. Go after your dreams. Believe in your talents, believe in yourself, and give it everything you've got. And you will become a legend. On behalf of the Warren City Schools Board of Education, welcome here tonight to Mollenkopf Stadium. Enjoy the game and go Raiders!
Welcome back, everyone, as we return here from halftime. I am Jaden Colbert taking over for the play-by-play, and we welcome you back here to Mollenkopf Stadium as the Raiders face a 14-0 deficit. And Eddie, what is it that you've seen in this first half from the Raiders that they need to adjust coming into the second half?
Well, you know, right now it's just very comfortable for the Fitch. They've been doing kind of what they've been doing all year. They just turn around, use that big offensive line. They got a great running back in Richards, and so right now they just got to make them uncomfortable. You know, they've been doing a decent job here. They've been stacking that box. That's why it's only 14-0. I mean, honestly, this defense gave up 7 points on their opening drive. Other than that, the defense has played staunch. They came out with a quirky formation. Hardy couldn't adjust to it. That's where the second touchdown came, but it's really the defense has been really doing their job. It's really creating some offense right now is what we need to see. And if we can't sustain a 10, 11-yard drive, we got to be able to hit something big from the other end of the field. And if not that, don't be afraid to pull some of the tricks out of the bag.
Obviously, Richards, the big storyline for Fitch here in this offense as a whole, the running game being their main factor. Harding, on the other end, their defense has been pretty consistent this year, not giving up a lot of points, although some of the scores may be different. When you look at the actual defense, they aren't giving up too many touchdowns, and they'll get a chance here to show off just how good they've been and just how locked down they could be to start off the second half as we wait for Jared Edmonds to kick the ball off.
You're going to see the defense take the field here. crucial for them to be able to get a stop. Don't want to put any more points on the board here, strictly due to the fact that just the way that Austintown runs this, I mean, they're just going to grind that clock down, so every possession is crucial.
The ball will be taken by the Fitch returner here as he's looking to make a move. Makes a move there at the 15. Flag in the back of the play there as he'll be brought down around the 20-yard line, and Fitch will take over, and we'll see what this penalty is.
That's in the area, probably a holding, maybe a block in the back there. Good coverage by the kickoff team there, hold him to the 20. If they can get a 10-yard penalty out of this and push it back to the 10, exactly what the defense wanted to start out the second half.
And it looks like it's going to be a block in the back there on the returning Austintown Fitch Falcons. So they'll be backed up 10 yards there, and they'll start this drive from around their
During the return, block in the back, number 20, half the distance, ball's on the 10-yard line, first down.
And obviously not have them drive down the field, but with this less than decent field position for Fitch, we'll see how they can prevail.
Watch this defense, look to see the discipline here. Fitch obviously all year, including no exclusion to tonight, has a lot of success running the ball. Didn't really throw a lot of passes. Everything they did was basically short. Watch the play actions. Corners and safeties got to stay home.
Gallagher in the backfield with Richards, hands it off to Richards. Richards is going to take it and go up the middle for a solid gain there of around 3 to 4 yards. It's going to make it 2nd and 7-ish, brought down around the 14, called the Harding or the Fitch 15-yard line. Call it 2nd and 6.
You know, they always give the offensive line credit, you know, for everything that happens, and there's no denying that it starts up front. But when you see the vision of the running back there, just kind of waiting for the offensive line to set that block, something that shouldn't have went anywhere, ends up with a gain of a 5 just simply because of his patience.
You know, same patient there as we see a sweep another handoff to Richards here. He'll go to the outside, and he'll be brought down there by a host of Harding defenders. Number 4, Raytwan Hill with the initial contact, and overall the wrap by 3. Looks like maybe 4 Harding defenders. Looks like a loss of about 2 there. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
You know, you've seen that all year too, Jaden, where you've just got that swarm to the ball. As you see, Hill comes up leading the attack, kind of pulls him up high. Right behind him is the other senior, Mendez Provit, as Tyler Smith comes in behind to clean up the tackle.
Gallagher on the backfield, Richards to his left. 3rd and about 8 here for the Fitch Falcons, backed up deep in their own territory at around the 11.
Like to see this defense stacking the box, taking the chance with those corners out on an island.
Gallagher is back. Gallagher looking down the middle of the field, and that ref looking for his flag, and that is a pass interference penalty. I'm not sure that Harding's going to be too happy with that one there, but the ref threw the flag. You could see, you know, from our angle, that back judge was sitting there looking for his flag the whole time.
Pass interference, number 5 on the defense, 15 yards.
You know, Phillips,
down.
I think, played that as well as you could have with that man-to-man defense, knowing that he had nothing back there deep, safety coming up to cover. All year long, Coach Richardson's had no problem with leaving his corners and safeties out on an island. I like the defense. I like stacking that box. Just an unfortunate penalty on the junior that time.
And penalties plaguing both teams on those passing plays. Harding with a few of them, Fitch as well. This one will bring up 1st and 10 for Fitch at around their 27-yard line. There's a motion there in the backfield, and fake to Richards. Gallagher's going to get it out to Holloway. Holloway's going to cut up the field, and he's got some. Holloway missing tackles, and then eventually brought down at the 38-yard line. Looks like he's got enough for a first down there, and Austintown will move the chains.
Yeah, you see they bring this over here. They were straight in that one-on-one coverage. Safety was probably supposed to step up there, gave him the opportunity to catch that ball in the open field, but once again, an amazing open field tackle by the safety, number 9, Elijah Phillips.
Like we said, this Harding defense, you know, been the story of the team. Offense produces when they can, but it's really been this defense locking stuff down. As Richard takes another handoff here, he'll cut to the outside, back up the middle, and he'll be brought down after a gain of about, the sticks look like about 4 or 5 there.
4 or 5 yards there. You know, they're just going to give you a steady diet of Richard until you can stop him.
Obviously, the storyline this week was this Fitch big front. As you can see, big 71 there, and just a solid group of guys up there that Richard has to run behind. And, you know, that really helps. In these cold games, we get to the Northeast Ohio weather late into October. You know, this is where it matters. That hard-nosed football, almost similar to what you see with the Midwest and the Big Ten, but definitely, you know, Fitch's guys pushing up front. There's a motion to the left side there. Richards again will take the handoff, and he'll be brought down at around the 46-yard line.
Straight county here.
Check that. That was Higgs.
Faking that jet sweep, coming back with the counter there. Just following the lineman up the field for positive yardage. You know, you've got a third down here in short. As you see the tackle, right tackle, looks like he pulls there. Just put him in an excellent opportunity with third down and short. The way they've been running the ball, even if they don't get this, I assume they're going to make it 4-down territory.
Third and short here. Harding creeping up those backers. Handoff to Higgs again, and he'll get an opening. And it looks like he will get enough. Yes, he will. He'll advance that ball up to the Fitch 49-yard line, but it will be a first down for the Fitch Falcons.
And just controlling the line of scrimmage as they do, running the ball, and more importantly, I mean, down 14-0, you know, you're one score from being out of this, from being in this, but just the way they grind that clock down and just limiting your possessions, every offensive possession is going to be crucial for the Raiders.
Richard in the back, excuse me. Yes, Richard in the backfield. Again with Kelleher, he cracked toss out to him. And it looks like a short gain there as the linebackers get to him. Stopped it around the 51. It's about a gain of 2, maybe 3. He'll bring out second in the mid-range.
Looks like Asa Birch out there securing that edge. As you watch, nope, that's Mandez Provit. Secures the edge, pushes him back inside. Tyler Smith waiting. Rest of the defense coming up to clean that up for a short gain of 2.
See Fitch line up again here on second down. Obviously the run game today has been, you know, their bread and butter, just grinding those long drives that they've been getting on Harding. Obviously the punt wasn't the most explosive play as he takes a handoff here. A little screen pass behind the line, and there is a great tackle by number 9, Elijah Phillips.
Look how he fights through. We get this replay. Once again, both teams liking to play the perimeters with these screen passes here. He's got 2 blockers out in front of him. But watch Elijah Phillips, how he just fights through the block of the wide receiver Brady Evans there for a big loss on the play to bring up a big third down for the Raider defense.
That'll put Fitch behind the sticks here as it'll make it 3rd and about 14 here for Austintown. They've got 4 receivers out to the left, and Kelleher will drop back, and number 11 is wide open. That's Brady Evans. He will be, looks like initially past the first down. Let's see where the ref marks it. Looks like he's down. The ref has it about the Harding 40, which would be a first down for Fitch. And let's see here, I'm not sure.
Yeah, just a lot of cushion by Austin Blackwell there on that long third down, trying to keep everything in front of him. You know, unfortunately, just wasn't able to collapse on the play fast enough.
I think, I'm not sure if that yellow.
Illegal use of hands.
That is a flag.
On the
There is a
offense,
flag
10
on the
yards,
play.
first down.
I didn't hear the call.
Previous spot.
So it's from the previous.
So
from the previous spot, legal use of hands. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, so that's going to push them back to a 3rd and probably 21-22.
Yeah, the ref there called first down. The sticks haven't changed, and our scoreboard has. Confusion still down on the field as we're trying to get everything sorted out after that late penalty that didn't seem too noticed during the play.
Yeah, I think he just misspoke. That's absolutely not. That's not a dead ball foul. So that is going to bring up that 3rd and 20.
Correct, and even further back now, Fitch already had 3rd and long. They'll make it 3rd and 20 now. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 down at the bottom of your screen to the left. So they're going to have a handoff to Higgs again. Higgs stopped there. Looked like it was a host of Raiders, Ellis Daniels maybe, and then some extracurriculars after the play, and we've got a flag.
Yeah, I mean, that's unexcusable. I mean, I didn't see too much there, but I mean, the ref was right there. Unfortunately, he's going to call that flag on Tyler Smith after they make the big play.
Yeah, the ref right there, you know, after the extracurriculars.
And even if he, you know what I mean, they always get the second person.
Obviously, not what you wanted there after the big stop there by, that was, I believe, Xavier Smith who got there first, being number 58. Harding.
15-yard
dead ball,
penalty.
personal foul. On the defense, 15 yards, 4th down.
Still 4th down, but that's going to make Fitch think about it, because that's going to bring up about a 4th and 2.
Penalties marked off, takes it down to the Harding 43-yard line. We're going to be 4th down and 3.
It's going to make it about 4th and 4, 4th and 5 maybe. 4th and 4. Fitch going to have to make a decision here. They came out in that punt formation last time, obviously ended up with the fake that resulted in the touchdown there by number 16, DeAndre Reed.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to go a big stack here.
Yeah, maybe an attempt here to get Harding to jump. They've got Richards in the backfield again with Callagher. And we're going to see what Fitch does here, maybe just getting that Harding line to jump off sides.
Got to stay disciplined.
Snaps the ball to Richards here. Richards being patient. Richards, he's brought down.
Let's
see.
That's a very generous
forward,
spot.
That's a generous spot, and they're going to give it to him. That is a 1st down, Austintown Fitch.
Looks like that last spin might have got it for him, but I thought maybe that knee went down early. We'll see here on the replay. See, breaks. Oh, he is absolutely. That knee goes down well before the 40-yard line. They gave him that extension. But you know what? When you've ran the ball the way this gentleman has, not just tonight, not just this year, but for his career, you end up you seem to get those benefit of the doubts from the officials.
Richard obviously been on everyone's radar around the Valley for the past 2-ish years. We've seen him since a sophomore, as Eddie kept mentioning. Here's a fake toss. There's the pitch to number 11. That's Brady Evans. And he'll be brought down at around the Harding, call it, what do I call that? Can't see what the ref's at. Call it the 33.
Listen, really like this play. Fakes that pitch to the outside and that kind of that inside end around there. Well blocked. Give the Harding defense a lot of credit for holding that to a gain of 6.
Yeah, it looked like a good play coming off the start of that pitch. Obviously confused the Harding defense, but way to regroup as Brady will go back into motion again. Callagher fakes the snap. It'll be a handoff to Richards. He's brought down short, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 1.
Another opportunity for this defense. 3rd down. I got to believe that this is going to be 4-down territory for Austintown. Probably a little bit too far for a field goal, but definitely not taking an opportunity at a 10, 11-yard punt. We'll see what they do here, but an excellent opportunity for this Harding defense to get off the field.
3rd and 2 here. Richard in the backfield with Callagher. Bunch set here as we got some movement up on the line. No call. Everyone stacked tight here for Fitch. 3rd and short situation here. Callagher takes the handoff to Richards. Richards patient. Here comes Phillips. And we'll see there. It looked like they might have stopped him. Let's see. The Harding players think they've got him.
I think there might have been a fumble. The ball might have came up.
The Harding players are signaling fumble that they have got it. No official signal yet. Now an official signal. It is 4th down and 1.
Let's see here. Phillips comes in, makes a big hit from his safety position. Richards on top of a body. Looks like that ball might, well, I can't tell if those are shoes or a ball there. But nevertheless, the officials made the call.
4th down and 1 here for Fitch. They've got, I believe that's Higgs in the backfield now with Callagher. It is. Higgs will take the handoff up the middle, and it looks like he will power through there for about 5 to 7 yards, and he's got a 1st down for the Austintown Fitch Falcons.
Yeah, that's what that offensive line, just getting behind those big bodies there. It's almost like, the Philadelphia Eagles, they've got that tush push. They've just got that big offensive line and just 2 running backs that are able to just run low center of gravity. Those 4th and 1, 4th and 2s, I mean, they're almost gimme plays for this offense.
Callagher in the backfield again with Higgs here on 1st down and 10 after the run by Higgs. Callagher takes the snap, hands it off to Higgs again. Higgs up the middle, makes a move, and he'll get a decent gain there of about 6 yards, make it 2nd and 4 at the Harding 19-yard line. Fitch moving into the red zone.
7-yard pickup. 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, got to find something. I mean, obviously well-disciplined, don't see a lot of penalties. It's actually been a pretty clean game tonight with penalties, but Fitch, one of the things they don't do is put themselves behind the sticks with self-inflicted penalties.
Callagher in the backfield again with Higgs. That'll be Brady Evans on the motion now coming to the bottom of your screen. Callagher will take the handoff again to Higgs. Higgs now to the outside. Higgs has a move. Higgs breaks tackles and is within the 10-yard line. Down at around the 5, and we've got a Harding player down.
Brought down by number 6, Antonio Dukes.
You watch 16, can't tell if he's coming over from the left tackle or the tight end. But really, I mean, if you watch closely on some of these, not necessarily those ISOs or dives, but anytime they're running, you know, the outside holes, you can almost just follow number 16 there. That's DeAndre Reed, senior, 6'3", 230, in there as just a great lead blocker. But watch when he pulls, you can almost just follow him to follow the ball.
Obviously, big number 16, DeAndre Reed there. He had the touchdown in the opposite end zone on that fake punt. Just a big guy, like you said, who could just follow the block. And that's kind of been the story with this Fitch team all night. As you can see, we're down to 1 minute and 34 seconds left in the third quarter, and Harding hasn't had the football yet.
Yeah, that's what I told you. You know, you talk about just the style that they play. You know, they get behind that big offensive line. They grind it out in the beginning. You know, they start running a little bit of tempo to try to tire that defense out. Inside, outside, like a boxer, working the head, working the body until they get in the end zone. But, you know, like I said, you take whatever the average number of offensive possessions there are in a normal 48-minute high school game, and you can probably cut that by 30-40% just due to the fact of how they're going to run the ball and just grind that clock down.
The injury timeout there stops us with 1 minute and 34 seconds. Left in the third quarter. Fitch still with the ball after receiving it to start this quarter. Has driven down almost 11 minutes of just hard-nosed, grit-grind football. Running it, not too many passes, and I actually don't know if there were hardly any passes except for that one pass interference in the middle of the field. A couple penalties, you know, Fitch finds themselves within the 10-yard line here of Harding, looking to punch in, make it 21-0, 20-0, and ultimately
it puts them in a tough situation. You know, you're almost here, you're at the end of the third quarter. You figure, you know, barring a turnover here, you know, they're going to basically run this to almost the fourth quarter. And just, you know, given, you know, what we've seen thus far, the idea that you're going to score 3 touchdowns, shoot, you might not even get 3 possessions in the fourth quarter, just the way that this Fitch line and their running backs have been controlling the ball.
First and goal, Higgs in the backfield again with Callagher. This is from the 4-yard line. Evans on the motion, fakes the sweep. Higgs up the middle, and he will drive in for the touchdown. Junie Higgs, the senior, with the touchdown for Fitch, and they will extend the lead 20-0.
Yeah, just what Fitch has been doing all night. I mean, you look at the big bodies up front, faking that end around, seeing if they can get those linebackers to flitch, just freezing them for a second, and it's just easy walking for the running backs up the middle there for another 6 points for the Fitch Falcons.
Jackson Faulkner, the kicker here, on for the extra point. And that is right down the middle, and Fitch will extend the lead 21-0.
16 left to go in the third quarter.
10 minutes, 44 seconds that drive took, as it leaves Harding with 1 minute and 16 seconds left in this third quarter. And obviously, you know, the storyline this year for Harding, I'd say, injuries, you know. Starts off with James Jones going down at quarterback. But before that, multiple running back injuries as my King Nadir and Jalen Murray both go down with devastating knee injuries to start the season, and kind of shakes up this Harding team that looked like they were going to be run heavy.
Timeout.
You know, the receivers are there, as always. We have the athletes, but this team looked like they were going to be run heavy. They had a room of backs, if you will, and obviously it seems like the injury bug is just, you know, taking that away. Then we had James Jones at the helm to start the season. He goes down with an injury, brings in senior Amir Cobb, who, to his credit, has absolutely stepped up in the spot. But like we know in the preseason reports, you know, this team was going to be run heavy, and they were really relying on those backs. Obviously, those injuries, you know, very devastating to Harding.
Yeah, there's no question. You know, the injuries obviously changed the direction and the trajectory, you know, of this team, and then you compound that with having the junior with that showed a lot of potential, got a lot of reps last year, even with the all-world quarterback / defensive end, Chaz Coleman. Coach Richardson made sure that James Jones was able to come in, and he was able to get some reps last year to make him comfortable underneath these lights. And then when he went down, just unfortunate. You know, you talk about the injuries to the 2 running backs. Just a disarray on the offensive side. The defensive trying to hold the glue together and to keep them in these games, but just haven't been able to establish an offensive identity.
Like we mentioned before, that defense has been kind of the bread and butter. They're not giving up too many points. As the score reached 21-0, the defense has given up 14 of those points, as that other touchdown was on the special teams fake punt. Harding will get a chance here to do something with the football as they'll receive the kickoff here as we wait from the kick from Jackson Faulkner. Looks like Harding's got 3 back there. Looks like it's...
That's the first time I've seen them with 3 deep backs. Don't rule out some type of reverse here if it stays in the air.
Squibb here, Upman lets it go. That'll be picked up by number 10, Matty Richardson. And Richardson still going here up past the 35 and finally brought down at the 36. And Harding will take over in decent field position at their own 36-yard line.
So it's not a question, Jane. I mean, they've got to score, and they got to score quick. Not really understanding why the clock is running right now. It is only 21-0. This is not a running clock.
Yeah.
But yet, for some reason, that clock just ran probably about 4 to 5 seconds off of it. They are trying to correct it right now. It looks like they did notice it, but obviously you got to come out here and you got to get some points, and you got to get some points relatively quick here. If you want to take a couple shots downfield, see if you can complete something on a 50-50, or maybe even maybe even get a penalty to advance the ball. But you've got to start moving the ball, and you got to start moving the ball quickly.
Cobb will come out with Crenshaw to his right side, or his left side here. As there we go, there is a jump there by Fitch. Looks like it's number 13. That'd be John Vaughn.
Dead ball, encroachment defense, 5 yards.
Hey, listen,
down.
well, that's a great opportunity there. It's going to be 1st and 5. Gives that offense a lot of opportunity to open up that playbook, take a couple more shots that you might not be as comfortable with, knowing that you've got the short down and distance.
That makes it 1st and 5 after the encroachment penalty there. Harding looking to score here and score here quick, cut into some of this 21-0 lead here as we're nearing the 4th quarter. Cobb with Crenshaw again in the backfield with them. Cobb will take the snap. He drops back looking. Cobb up the middle to Kai Bletcher. One hand goes to grab it and can't haul it in there. That would have been a big money play there up the middle. Had him, just couldn't haul it in.
No, absolutely. Listen, perfect read right there. Single safety. Safety was looking over to that over-the-top coverage. Found Kai in that over-under coverage right there. Perfect placement of the ball. Just unfortunately, Kai not able to come up with it. But once again, not bad because it was 1st and 5. You almost just still gained 5 on that 1st down.
Cobb takes the direct handoff right up the middle, and he will be stopped there behind the line of scrimmage. That looks like a loss of 2. A host of Fitch defenders there looking to bring the quarterback down, and they do. That'll bring up 3rd and about 6, maybe still 5.
These direct QB draws, it's just unfortunately that hasn't really been what's gotten Man off this year. It's more of his, getting out on the outside on those bootlegs. When the coverage breaks down, or when the pass play breaks down, him just, with his ability to run the ball upfield. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 here. With the way Fitch is playing, I don't see how this isn't 4-down territory.
Matty Rich on the motion across the field, flag down. Cobb pressure escaping. Cobb
they're going to bring
goes
it back.
Down. It looks like it's going to go.
Motion towards the line too quick.
Yep. Going to have a penalty on the field. That will bring us to the 4th quarter here as the clock strikes 0 in the 3rd quarter. Let's check on this penalty.
Yeah, it looked like the motion man there. Couldn't tell if that was Kai or not. Looked like the motion man that was coming near side. Took one step too soon.
Illegal motion offense. Yep. Penalty is declined, 4th down.
Fitch will decline that penalty. It'll bring up 4th down as we go into the 4th quarter here. We want to take a moment to just appreciate this team. Obviously, things not how we planned them on any side. Injury is a big part of that. This team,
That's
though,
the
picked up
quarter.
their pieces when they needed to and overall showed that there is still some heart left in the Warren G. Harding football program. And it seems like this is a positive sign. You know, the loss is what it is. The record is what it is. But these Raiders, you know, they seem like they've got something that they've created here. They're starting to build a core. Obviously, as Aiden mentioned before, new strength coach Mike Bartow's looking to build this program back up to the Harding that we once known, but really just want to appreciate this team. You know, with all odds against them, injury, riddled, they have found a way to come out every week and at least put on some type of show a team, bring out a team that is, you know, competitive and wants to win. No matter what this result of the game is, this team wants to win. And I just really think that, you know, record aside, we need to appreciate these Raiders, especially some of our seniors who, you know, may never play this game again. This is the time of football where, especially high school football, gets a little sad. Some of these kids will never put on this uniform again, put on these shoulder pads again. And we just really want to, you know, thank and appreciate them for everything they've done for this team and everything they've done for this city that's watching them.
Very well said, Jaden. I mean, you know, as I've talked about, you know, this is the team. These are the seniors that I coached with you your last year over at Deemer and the Little Raiders. And obviously there's some sentimental feelings that I have with seeing you. A lot of these boys, you know, they're at the house. I know they're good friends of yours. You know, we see them. They, you know, still call me coach. I still look at them as, you know, as my former players, and just proud of them for the effort. I don't think they ever gave up this whole year. Obviously disappointed in how some of the games have turned out, but as you said, just much appreciation for everything that they've done, and what I will speak into existence is the foundation in which they have created that will move this program forward into the future.
So the fourth quarter here, Harding will have a 4th down and 6 here to deal with as Cobb will be in the backfield. It looks like with that might be Eric Hill maybe. No, that was 22 Crenshaw. Cobb rolls out to his left. Cobb looking. Cobb going to take it himself now, and Cobb just runs out to the sideline. Not much of a gain there. Got some extracurriculars down at the 40. Even some on the sideline here. Nevertheless, turnover on downs.
Cobb bootleg down to the edge there. Just didn't see anything in the pattern.
Austintown Fitch will take over at the Harding 41 in plus territory. And given an opportunity here, we're down in the 4th quarter. Fitch looking to really pull away here. 21-0, already down 3 scores in the 4th quarter. Fitch might be looking to play it a little conservative here, as it looks like might be.
It looks like that's what, a pistol?
Yep, pistol. Higgs in the backfield again with Callagher, and Evans will. There's a pitch there to number 6. That is Altari Luno, and he'll take the ball up.
Yeah, that was a very
to 41, and we've got some scuffling going on again.
Very interesting looking play there. And as you're seeing,
extracurriculars here, and we've got flags flying, and Harding's pent up. They've been pushing them all game. We've noticed it. Coaches now running out on the sidelines, players involved.
I think I saw a player from Fitch might have pushed one of the Harding coaches. I see some, you know, there's a, looks like they're trying to get everybody back here, but look, it is what it is. It's part of the game.
Players.
You know, they got it broken up. It is what it is. You know, high emotions with the with what's going on here today, and so you just, you know, you do what you can do, but it's football.
All right. Refs here trying to figure it out after obviously we'll more than likely looking at multiple and sportsmanlike context there.
I mean, they're going to sit here and talk for a couple minutes just to call them offsetting penalties and no harm, no foul, and just move it on.
Something to write down in the scorebooks, keep track of it. The extracurriculars, though, there's been a couple instances. I saw Kai Evans. He's been down with whoever he's matched up with, whether he's a receiver or DB. It seems like his opposing matchup, he's been, you know, drawn with a little bit, getting a little push and shove with. after every play, and it's only a matter of time before it turns.
We have
into
2
something
dead
like
ball
that,
fouls, one on the offense and one on the defense. They're going to be offset.
Quickly, getting
Second
the players
down.
to each other's sideline, and just
first down.
Well, the kind of work that these guys put in. You're out here in the dead heat of summer. The weights and. For it all to come down to just this last, the emotions fly.
That was a dead ball, second down.
Yeah, 2 offsetting penalties. No harm, no foul. Just keep it moving.
We'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Fitch. Higgs in the backfield again with Callagher. Callagher fakes the handoff. That's going to be a screen to Brady Evans, and Evans makes a move. Evans with a spin and knocked down just short of the first down around the Harding 31-yard line. That's far side judge. Looks like he has a first down for him, but hand signals going up with 3s. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Fitch.
As we start to wind this down here in the 4th quarter, be interesting to see if Coach Richardson takes an opportunity to get some more of these young guys in. Get them some opportunity under the lights here.
2 out. Wide for Fitch as Callagher takes the handoff. Back to Richards. Richards back in the game. And Richards is brought down. Mendez Provit there. Big tackle for loss on 3rd down. And we have a flag. Looks like it's probably going to be a sideline warning.
Yeah, it looks like it is. No, looks like
it's going to be Kai Bletcher.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about great play by Mendez, just getting that pressure, getting himself upfield.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 24, Warren. 15 yards, first down.
15-yard personal foul there, negating that tackle for loss by Provit. It's going to move Fitch up into the red zone, and they're going to have first down here deep into Harding territory.
Yeah, you want, regardless of the situation, obviously, you got to maintain your composure. I mean, we've seen twice now. We talk about, how great this defense has been all year, but unfortunately twice we've seen opportunities where the defense has made great plays just to have it upended, unfortunately, by just a lack of discipline.
Callagher is going to fake the handoff to Richards, and there's a pass incomplete. Looking for Brady Evans over the middle there on the slant, cannot connect.
Yeah, Fitch, I mean, I don't know if because they're passing the ball, that's kind of them taking their foot off the gas, the way they run the ball.
Right, we've kind of seen the opposites. Harding almost seemed like they opened up the playbook this week, passing the ball a lot more than we've seen in recent weeks. And Fitch sticking tried and true to their running game that's been so dominant, leading them to this 7-1 record. And like we mentioned before, they're not too worried about anything, maybe even just seeding for this game, but showing off their power here. As there's the motion, number 4.
That's a hold on 71.
That'll be Wayne Holloway. He'll get to the outside there, look for some positive yards, and he'll gain them down at around the Harding, call it maybe the 16-yard line, looks like, or excuse me.
Yeah, watch
might
71
be the 11.
here.
It's the 11.
Looks like 71 with the hold there on Justice Dukes, allowing that run to be able to get to the outside.
Officially a pickup of 6, going to be 3rd and 4 here from the Harding 11 as Fitch is again knocking on the door of scoring.
That's still another great opportunity, 3rd and 4 for them to be able to hold this offense.
3rd and 4 here. Richards in the backfield with Callagher. 2 receivers down to the bottom of your screen. Callagher takes the handoff, fakes it, rolls out to his right, pressure coming, looks, end zone, and it's caught. That is number 16, DeAndre Reed, for his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Yeah, he's coming out of that tight end, but watch, safety, that's Dukes. Watch him, he sees that blitz. He doesn't stay with it, he sees the blitz. Maybe some eyes in the backfield right there, not sure why he was kind of floating over to his left. Unfortunately, just a blown coverage on the defense is going to lead to another easy 6 for number 16, DeAndre Reed, doing it, not only leading the way for the running backs, but he's got himself a couple receiving touchdowns tonight.
DeAndre Reed, a big tight end. helped out in the blocking, obviously, with this run game. But 2 receiving touchdowns here. One on that fake punt and one there as Faulkner's point after attempt is good. And that'll extend Fitch's lead to 28-0 with 10:10 left in not only this game, but this Harding season.
So, Jaden, one of the enjoyable things about calling this game and being on YouTube and WSCN is the fact that people from all around the world, and specifically all around this valley, get to watch us. And I just received a message. Good friends of ours, Tatum and Ronald Ray, over there in Austintown. They're watching the game. Wanted me to tell you, you sounded good on the air today. Shout out to Ronald and Tatum and to the Ray girls at YSU and dominating once again in the Austintown sports, volleyball, softball. I did see that. I did see that Tom Bird obviously is listening to us as well. I believe he's down in Cincinnati.
We miss you, Mr. Bird. Hope you're enjoying your time down there.
Yeah, I told them when they came up here, you know, I love what I get to do up here. Just ecstatic that 9 years ago I got a phone call to be asked to do this. We went a couple different ways with it, but there's no question. Tom Bird is he's the rock star. You know, he is you know, his passion and just his excitement just bring a different level to this performance. But Jaden, you know, just did an amazing job. Aiden, usually behind the camera here, got to jump on the headset in the first quarter, and then, you know, I can't tell you what an honor it is to be able to stand next to my son, a senior, to be able to call this last game. You know, a lot of his friends out here, and just to be able to enjoy this with him. Just one of those moments as a father that just very glad I got to get. There he is there. So he wanted to stand up to show you that he was taller than me.
Right?
Right?
So we sit here, about 10:10 left here in the game. Faulkner going to kick off, and obviously the game all but over. But, you know, we ask here, see if Coach Matty Rich is going to get some of the young guys in. And on the other side with Coach T.J. Parker, him and his Fitch squad, obviously waiting to see how some of these games end tonight to see who they'll end up playing next week in their first round of playoffs. But Fitch ending presumably 8-1, obviously, most schools around here with a 9-game schedule instead of a 10 following the cancellation of the Ursuline season, as here's a little squib kick. That'll be returned by Matty Rich. And Rich to around the 36-yard line will be brought down. But Austintown Fitch looking here, obviously everything goes right. It'll be an 8-1 season. Obviously one of the better Fitch teams that we have seen recently, and Fitch is always going to be good. Aiden talked about last year how, you know, Harding came in that last week in Austintown winning just to play him next week. You know, I mean, we all know the story there, not the result that we wanted. Fitch obviously beating Harding, but in an area with teams that are so tough through all sports, the AAC is an extremely, extremely competitive conference on all ends. Fitch obviously running away with it with that 8-1 record, looking to make a deeper run here. Harding here looking to rebuild this season. They've got a strong foundation. Some seniors leaving that are going to hurt, but James Jones coming back at quarterback to take the helm as a senior. We'll see where it goes from there. Cobb in the backfield motions Bletcher to the right side. Cobb takes a snap, looking to pass. Cobb looking for Bletcher, and that is, picked off! Isaiah Porch with the one-handed snag out of the air.
Look, little extra celebrating, but look, that's a play, that's a highlight. There's no question. I mean, you see this. He's got no safety help back there. Looks like he's covering a wheel route out of the backfield by Kai Butchler. He just goes up there with the one hand. Just an amazing play right there. All athleticism.
Isaiah Porch, the junior, with that one-handed snag, going to make it Fitch ball at around, it looks like right now without the penalty, it will be their 40. We'll see following the penalty. We'll see what the refs got to say.
Dead ball, personal foul on the receiving team. Would be 15 yards, first out.
Personal foul is going to bring it back to Fitch's 25. But the turnover there, you know, kind of just caps off what we've been talking about, Eddie, that offensive identity. What can we do?
You know, like I said, you'd really like to see, you know, when you see that the quarterback is struggling to complete passes, you know, you want to do things that are in his wheelhouse. And I think just trying to look at some of those shorter passes like what you
Evans
just saw
up the middle
right
now.
there.
Evans down to the 50, and there's a nice tackle there by Matty Rich, saving the touchdown there.
That's a good example right there. You know, that short post, that 5-7 yard slant, give it to, you know, let that slot receiver use his speed, his athleticism, get a step on that linebacker, get a step on the safety, and just have that quarterback throw that simple 5 to 7 yard toss and let your athlete take over. You know, the bombs are great, and if you catch it, great. You know, but, you know, when your quarterback is struggling coming in week 6, you know, you want to obviously simplify some things for him, and some of those passes, those just easy over-the-middle passes to get him warmed up, something that you'd want to see.
Motion to Brady here on the jet sweep. He's still going to go, and that's going to be another first down. Brady into plus territory there, down at the Harding, looks like the 35-yard line. And that'll be another first down for the Fitch Falcons.
Yeah, very surprised with the score the way that it is. It looks like Fitch is leaving the starters in here.
Now, obviously, you know, Aiden talked about, you know, kind of a rivalry brewing, and I think last year kind of cemented that. Like I mentioned, Harding in the last week beating Fitch, and then obviously 2 weeks later, that was Harding coming back and losing in the playoffs as Callahan takes the handoff and hands it to Gibbs. Gibbs making some moves behind the line of scrimmage, looking to gain a few positive yards after the initial pressure, and it looks like he will, down at about the Harding 34. Check that, the 33, and it'll bring up second down and around 7.
Takes it down to the 33-yard line. Pick up the 2.
You start to wind this down, 8 minutes left. You know, you start to try to think about, oh, so where's the silver lining? You know, where's the lemon in the lemonades? It's the lemon in the lemonade. And I think for this Harding team, I think honestly it is. I think there's a lot of good faith and goodwill in Coach Richardson. Obviously, Coach Bartos coming in with the weight program, the facilities that the school's been able to provide them to move this program forward.
Callahan looking to pass here, looking for number 10. And that is intercepted! Matthew Richardson with the interception, and Harding will take over at their 2-yard line.
I think he might have had 2 last week against Massillon, so that might be 3 here in 2 weeks. You see, looked like that was
Xavion Smith.
Xavion Smith again, not allowing the quarterback to be able to step up into that throw. Came up a little short, just a little punt back there for Richardson that he's able to get under and secure, going to give the Raiders the ball 1st and 10.
Harding will take over deep inside their own territory, right at around their, looks like the refs are marking it, maybe their 3-yard line. Cobb in the offense looking to come back out here. Obviously get themselves deep out of their territory here, but ultimately put some points on the board here, make it look a little better.
Well, like I said, you know, looking into the future here and you know, I think I stopped with talking about the facilities here, you know, that it just gives them an ultimate opportunity to put themselves in peak performance, you know, but just getting a lot of these younger guys on the field, getting them this opportunity, I think is only going to bode well for the future of this team.
Proven in the backfield, looks like that might be 40 Brogdon. I can't tell from here. It is. Cobb fakes the handoff, sitting in the end zone looking to pass. Cobb, oh, what a catch there by number 5, Mendez Provin. Yeah. Bringing in the one-handed snag coming out of the backfield there at fullback, and that'll get them out of their predicament inside their own end zone, and they'll move the chains for a first down Harding.
You know, there's another guy that used to make catches like that back in the 90s. His name's Omar Provin, his father. I mean, just I know his dad sitting in the stands at senior night, you know, just watching the big man out there, 231 pounds out there, pirouetting around, one-handed catch, knowing that safety could have been coming up to light him up, with just an amazing play by Mendez to get him out of the hole.
Probert with the catch there in the middle of the field makes it 1st and 10 for Harding, as Cobb will sit back in the backfield again with his running back to his left side. Cobb with a direct snap. Takes it up the middle, and that'll be a short gain of around 2 to 3 yards. It'll make it 2nd down and 7.
Number 15, Amir Cobb, and the quarterback keeper. Brought down by number 33. Check down number 66.
Some more extracurriculars.
Looks like that's probably,
looks like 66, Ashton Coleman. And again with these extracurriculars, as you see they're taking them out, putting tips in the game. these extracurriculars, you know, they're killer. Waving off the flag there, actually. We see the official.
Yeah, that was late. And there was an official standing right there that didn't throw it.
Coleman will sub out number 60, Chase Tibbs, the freshman, will fill in his spot at center there. So he gets the last words with Cobb. Cobb in the backfield again, running back to his left side. And it looks like that was a jump there.
Yeah, you got to touch him. You got to tap him when that happens.
Let's see. And they'll get
Good
Harding
ball,
for it.
Full start on the offense, 5 yards. Second down.
Yeah, it looked like the officials are trying to keep this all in check, obviously. You can see some temper starting to flare here. Officials try to make sure to keep it all on the field. That's why they gave you pads. You know, no need for all the extra. We got a play coming up. You want to prove something? Well, you know, prove it on the next play.
Clock will continue to run here as we near the 6-minute mark here in this fourth quarter. Harding faced with the 2nd and 12 after the loss. Cobb in the backfield with Crenshaw. Cobb takes the snap, rolls out to his right. Cobb looking for Blackwell, and off the hands. That is an incompletion off the hands of Austin Blackwell.
I really like that play. I mean, you see the type of cushion that the corners are out there giving right now. I like that idea. You know, rolling him out of the pocket. You know that the corner's going to bail on the first as soon as the snap. You know he's bailing. I mean, just having him post up like that, like a little dig route. You know, things like that. Just, you know, you got to bring that down. Just gain your composure. Bring it down. Nice, easy pass. Doesn't all need to go for 80 yards. Just to move the sticks.
Crenshaw in the backfield with Cobb. Cobb drops back now, looking to pass. Pressure comes. Cobb with the deep pass, looking for Farrell, and that one is incomplete. Farrell there covered by number 15, Anthony Booth Bailey. And just more of these passes not connecting for Harding.
Yeah, right now, I mean, you know, they're just, looks like they're going to punt the ball here, but just taking some opportunities, you know, trying to, you know, run the clock out. The one thing I will give them, I haven't seen any quit in them. You know, obviously some of the extracurricular you don't like to see, but that's just the emotion coming through from all of the, just all the time and all the effort that you put into this year. Hate to see it end like this.
High arcing punt there by Edmonds. Fair caught by Brady Evans at around the Fitch 45-yard line. They'll be 1st and 10 with a decent starting field position. Sitting at around 5.5 minutes left in this Week 10 matchup. Warren G. Harding versus Austintown Fitch. Cold October Northeast Ohio football as we wind down this season's end.
Yeah, you know, I will tell you, you know, that's football weather. You start out sweating. You start out with a lot of cramps from a lack of hydration, and then we end up, you know, bundled up here with putting sweatshirts and stocking caps on. But, you know, it's football weather. You know, you start to get in, you know, 2, 3, 4 weeks into the playoffs, and, you know, this modern football today, it starts sooner. You know, back in the olden days, back when I used to play, there was a really good chance that you'd have snow up to from week 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really good opportunities that there would be snow by week 7. If not by week 7, definitely would have some snow by week 8. And if you were fortunate enough to make the playoffs, you could almost guarantee that you were playing in snow. And to make it worse, if you weren't playing in snow, you were playing in that cold rain.
Right, which we experienced today, that rainy kind of grayish, cold environment that nobody likes being in.
You wish that it would snow.
Right, just that uncomfortable setting of where you're all wet. You know, it's not quite snow. So, you know, there's not the idea that, hey, this is snow. It's just that cold, uncomfortable, wet and rainy feeling, and everything's gray.
Well, I can tell you, there isn't a player or a coach down there give anything to have the opportunity to play in it. You know, I think Aiden asked me before the game started. He said, you know, how does cold weather affect you, you know, on the field? And I told him it doesn't. As the player out there, you might feel the temperature during warm-ups. As soon as you line up, it's over. You don't feel the weather. You don't hear the stands. You just play ball.
Evans on the motion here, takes the ball on the pitch, and Evans will cut up there, get a gain of about 5 yards, call it 4 yards. I think it's second down and about 6 here. Fitch maybe just looking to wind the clock down here as we're approaching the 5-minute mark here in this fourth quarter.
I'm not really sure how the playoff picture is going to turn out. I know when I get home, I'll flip on Facebook in about an hour, hour and a half. I know our good friend Worm, that he'll have each region broken down as soon as these games complete.
Kelleher drops back looking there. That's number 6, Luno, who is fighting for yards and eventually will get dropped down at around the 43. And that will be another Austintown Fitch first down.
But yeah, I want to wish Austintown the best, you know, moving forward. They're going to be one of the teams here in the Valley that are going to represent us moving forward. Although obviously competitors tonight. For the rest of this season, I know we got some Warren Knights over on the other side. I know Rashawn Shannon, one of the Falcon coaches, want to wish them the best of luck as they move forward in 2025-26 season.
Hand off to Higgs here as he cups up the middle. Higgs makes a move. Higgs looking for one more blocker down the sideline to the 20. Higgs and slides down at around the 18-yard line into the red zone with another Austintown Fitch first down.
Yeah, just still not giving up here. I mean, Higgs, just look at the vision, look at the balance there, just low to the ground. Look at the fundamentals, getting that ball switched over to the outside arm. Gauges his speed, makes sure that he doesn't go out of bounds to stop the clock to keep it moving.
Big gain there. That'll bring Richards back into the game. He'll line up in the backfield with Kelleher. Kelleher takes a snap, drops back, looking for Luno, who catches the ball and forcing himself through into inside the 5-yard line there, down at what looks like the ref has marked at the 3. And it looks like, I'm not sure if Fitch was able to get another first down there. I wasn't watching the sticks. They were, and they will. That will be first and goal at the Harding 3-yard line, and Fitch again knocking on the door of Harding's end zone.
It's going to keep on letting that clock run. A lot of time on the play clock here. Probably run this down under the 3-minute mark.
And 3:15 and running here as Harding is down 28-0.
I don't think they're going to be as gracious as I saw the Kansas City Chiefs against the Raiders, where they started taking, they started to kneel the ball under 2 minutes with over 2 minutes left in the game. They were kneeling the ball.
Bunch set here for the Raiders. They stack the boxes. Richards will get the ball. Richards powering, and he will score. DeAndre Richards, touchdown, Fitch.
Yeah, I mean, you know, look, talk about an identity, but more importantly, talk about how you win a football game. You win a football game by controlling the line of scrimmage. Austintown has been able to do that from the onset. Combine that with having a running back that's not afraid of the lights. You know, he's been out here. He's used to the big moments. Great vision, great speed, great balance, great power. That's a deadly combination for any team as Fitch looks to enter the playoffs.
Faulkner's extra point attempt is good. That'll kick that lead up to 35-0 with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
And that's going to bring on the running clock here. Want to wish my alma mater, YSU, homecoming tomorrow. Want to wish them the best. Great season thus far. Big upset last week. I believe it was at North Dakota State that they 35-40. I know they had a good showing against South Dakota State. North Dakota and South Dakota State always been tough. But YSU and their coach, that's Doug Phillips over there, just turned in a phenomenal year right now, bringing YSU back to those heydays of the 90s, and Coach Tressel, for Nald still listening, he was a big part of those national championship teams. Possibly stop over to the old stomping grounds tomorrow if I get an opportunity, see some old friends, and show why we are Y and proud.
Oh. Living out the glory days.
Oh, yeah. Ohio Avenue, Michigan, Pennsylvania.
Three men back for the kickoff return for the Raiders again. Looks like it's Hill, Rich, and Phillips again in the backfield as Faulkner looks to kick this one away. Faulkner, every kickoff, one of those squib kicks that one of the up men have decided to let go.
Absolutely, when I saw him put 3 back, I would have put money on it that we were going to run a reverse.
Whistles blow here, and the clock will run. 55 seconds, that is. So we have a running clock here with the score being over 35-0. And obviously, Fitch went down week 1 to Hudson. You know, great game, 28-14. Not a big loss, but ever since, 8 straight now making it, as there's another one of those squib kicks that Richardson will take again, and Richardson making a move. Richardson now cutting it up, and Richardson has some space. Richardson still up the sideline and down to the 48-yard line. The clock will stop. Excuse me, it won't. Official signaling for it to stop. Clock will not stop, as it does now. Clock will stop with about 26 seconds left. Harding looking one more play, maybe a deep shot. Looks like
hook and ladder.
There we go. The clock running again. It looks like they might just end this one here.
Yeah, it looks like they're not going to take it back onto the field. So, Jaden, I'm going to let you take us out tonight. But before you do, once again, I want to thank Aiden, Jaden. What an honor. 2 seniors up here. It was an honor to be able to work with you guys tonight. Mr. Bird, we wish you the best down there in Cincinnati. But good luck with the rest of your season. Jaden, take us home tonight.
Raider fans, we want to thank you again for your support all year. We can never do this without you. And as we look forward to continuing this tradition of streaming our games through our student-based network, WSCN, we want to also thank Thomas Bird as he is retiring. Mr. Bird, after this year, will be retiring at least from his teaching position. Not sure if he's going to keep doing this, but obviously in all aspects, a great guy all around, going to be missed, and hearing his excitement, if it is coming to the end, will be missed on this broadcast a lot, and we'd like to thank him for everything he's done for not only us here at WSCN with our production, but with all the kids that he's impacted in school. A great, above great math teacher, my personal math teacher, 2 years in a row, and honestly, I don't know if I'd be able to get through some of these advanced math courses without Mr. Bird being the guy teaching it. And we just want to thank everyone, Mr. Witt, Frank Bozak, Trevor, all of them, everyone who makes this production the production that it is. I feel like WSCN is undoubtedly the best student-based and student-ran broadcasting network around. And we'd like to thank every student involved, every parent involved for getting their kids here. And once again, shout out to these players. Obviously the season not ending how they wanted to, but they've showed heart. They showed that they can pick up their pieces when it's needed and string together a few plays, a couple drives, whatever it may be, to show that there is still some of that Warren G. Harding football drive in them. We only hope that this, as we got some extracurriculars, sorry. We only hope that this season, you know, is just a showing of our worst. We have young core coming up. You know, not a big senior class this year. I think a senior class of around 8 or 9. Not that many names were called today. This young group coming up has work to do. They will work with Bartos throughout their offseason. But it's going to take the commitment. Do you want to compete in these games? Do you want to go into the Massillon game knowing that you have a shot? This is the type of ideas and the type of, you know, motivation, the positive affirmations that we're going to need throughout the offseason and throughout the season next year to fully turn this program around. Matty Rich came into this program looking to build up a broken down program. $36 million wellness center brought in with that. Strength coach, athletic director, new as well. Everything new and improved for Harding, looking to take full advantage of these opportunities given to us and ultimately turn everything back around to the Harding that we once know. But that is it for our 2025 regular season. We thank you all again for tuning in. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good.